This head thing. Ooh. Hello, everyone. Oh, welcome back.
Welcome. Welcome back to Tanner is the real thing.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. I hope y'all are having a great, I was going to say Wednesday. I think it's actually Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
I mean, to be honest, who is really keeping up?
Nobody keeps up.
I mean, it is going to be so good here today. So glad to be back in the studio after getting refreshed on a little mini vacay and then hosting the live stream at my home Friday. Lauren, we went hardcore in the training.
You did go.
It was, we've seen each other, but we've not seen each other.
Yeah, we've not been in the studio live with you guys yet.
Yeah, let me tell you, if y'all missed the Friday live stream, we've been vibing out on the Friday live streams. Let me tell you, Friday we went over group attach and weld.
Yes.
And then on top of that, we went over, I even gave a bonus about slicing. It was really thorough, and it was different examples than I had ever done before, which was incredible. So if you haven't watched that, this is a great opportunity to say, hey, go watch last Friday's.
I do really like Friday live streams because I feel like you really get to get personal and ask a lot of questions and answer because we're not necessarily making one specific craft.
Yeah.
So you get to go in more in depth with the tools.
People try to give their own struggles of the software, so it's really, really good. We love having that, I don't know, almost every live stream is more live Q&A, but it's awesome. But today's live stream is actually pivoting a little bit. We don't have the Cricut on the table. Not a Cricut on the table.
I know.
This is big.
It's a big thing.
We've not been sublimating. We spent January really focusing in on membership and the Cricut, but I know a lot of you got the sublimation material for Christmas.
Yes.
And Lauren, do you think they're using it?
I mean, I feel like we have some friends that when they get hooked, when you're bit by the sublimation bug, that's all you do.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we have some friends that are probably still yes, I bought the course. Yes, I have some blanks. Still kind of scares me a little bit, so I don't really know. So this is for you guys. This
is totally for you. This is a really easy project. You're gonna love that today. Now what I wanna tell you is that if you are already into sublimation, if you haven't started sublimation, today's sale promo is actually the sublimation course. So we have a great sale on that. It's $70 off today for today's live stream. So that is a special little gift. We wanted to help you guys if you bought sublimation supplies and you haven't seemed to get it going. A lot of people, the number one question I get about the sublimation course is, Tanner, I haven't picked out my printer. Can I buy the course? And the answer is yes, because we have a training in there. I help you pick between multiple printers, multiple types of printers. So I'll walk you through that in the course. I'm honestly most proud of the training in this program. It stepped up in so many different arenas. Many hours, sweat, and tears went into the programming.
Well, it's one of those things. So Alicia was the one who made and prepared this craft.
Yes.
She knew nothing about sublimation, did not know what it was, went through our training, and made this craft.
And as you're gonna see, it's an amazing project.
Yes.
Today I have some really great tips and tricks for you as well. As we did have 2 or 3 trial ones before this that we were able to perfect. So we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about heating sources. We're gonna talk all about sublimating on acrylic, because that is actually to me a little bit more nerve-wracking.
It is.
There's more error that could happen aside from your print for this project, so more heating elements, but it's gonna be really good. I'm super excited for some of the hacks, and it's going to be so good, and we are really, really excited. Lauren, what's everyone saying in the comments?
They're all still saying hello from where they're from. Love that. Brenda said that she needs to find an affordable printer, which we understand. That's everyone's problem here the last little bit.
Yes,
especially in 2020, 2021, printers skyrocketed.
So,
because everyone was home.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's one of those things we're keeping our fingers crossed that those prices are going to start coming back down and that it will be more accessible to everyone.
Yes, we need a new normal, and it cannot be at these price points. So somebody's going to have to step it up.
Yeah.
In that arena for sure. Oh my goodness.
Carol asked if we've cleaned the craft table up yet. No.
Well, there's new stuff on it.
New stuff.
So
the reason that Carol asked that, and I'm really wanting you guys to, if you are Instagram, TikTok, one of our big goals is to
we're gonna show up on there like we do here.
Yes. So go over there, like our Instagram, like our TikTok page.
Give us the follows.
This is where I get to do a bunch of my funny stuff, my acting.
I mean, and you all know from the StarCraft video, Lauren is literally ready to act. So there's some really funny ones on there. There's some real life ones on there. It's going to be really good. So you guys will enjoy.
This is where you're going to get behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
We have so many videos that we've got planned for like our little TikTok.
They were in like a whole meeting that I jokingly said lasted all day because I never saw anyone leave the meeting, which I thought was great.
Right. And they're just short, relatable videos that I really think y'all are going to enjoy. So you definitely need to go over there and like that.
Yeah, we were debating putting on YouTube or not, but I don't know. The YouTube shorts just don't seem to like really take off for people. So maybe we will, maybe we won't. I have no idea. So we're super excited. But yay! I cannot wait to make this project. Let's go over to the craft table and take a look at what's going on so I can give you a full-on review of everything we have here. I'm with my water down here. There's not too much here if you already have your sublimation supplies. I mean, it's really just getting the blanks. So this is your acrylic blank that you have here. I'm gonna measure this real quick. I wanna tell you this size ours is. It's a 3-inch circle. It's a 3-inch circle acrylic blank, and they're awesome. We're gonna actually turn it into a keychain. I mean, guys, can you see that? I don't know if you all are able to see that. We can go overhead if we need to. We can go overhead. This is what we're making today. Tell me if I need to move it up or down, or how is it? Oh, sweet. So this is what we're making today. I mean, Lauren, this is so adorable. And this is like real life. Like this is something people could really use. A perk is that this vinyl won't fall off because we're not using vinyl today.
Right.
So that's really a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Big deal.
So Anna Marie did make a comment. She said, I have to say I'm so excited to see this as I've only tried it once and melted the acrylic. So this is something that we are going to be able to teach you, and we're so excited to teach you because that is a big downfall with sublimating on acrylic is you have to be so careful with it.
Yes.
But it's such, if you get it down.
Did she say she broke it or it?
It just said she melted.
Okay.
She melted the acrylic.
A lot of it, we're going to actually have a hack for you and kind of explain to you how you can use a heat gun if it gets warped or anything like that, how you can bring it back. So we're going to walk you through that today. That might happen to ours today, and we're prepared to teach you. Now, sometimes we've tried this and it, Lauren, just works. It just magically works. Other times it might warp a little. Whether it warps or not, we are going to help you get it fixed and really rock it. So that's what I love about today's training. And again, if you're not in the sublimation course, there's gonna be parts of this free training that we reference to the course. So obviously I can't walk you through your printer settings, like getting all those fine-tuned, walking you through setting up your printer, things like that in today's video. It's mainly focused on like the tips and tricks to this awesome, awesome project. So we kind of expect you to seek that out on your own, or you can ask questions and we'll give our best advice, of course. But definitely check out that course, and it's $70 off for today's viewer. So you can just use that link down below in the comments, get registered for it. There's over 200 exclusive files, and we're actually pairing together 2 different really awesome elements. So we have 2 files from the Maker's Gonna Sublimate course that we're using in here, because you get 200 included when you say yes to Maker's Gonna Sublimate. So we're so excited. I'm so excited to see everyone here. Aaliyah says, I melted a pie carrier for her brother's wedding. Oh my gosh, it's fine. Just has a nice baby EasyPress dent in the bottom. Aaliyah, that is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's totally fine. Bethany says, just set up my sublimation printer. Need to learn all the things. Yay! You're gonna love today's video. It's absolutely amazing. So let's go over supplies real quick. I have the heat glove because we love these. I think if you're gonna sublimate and do anything other than t-shirts, like you need these. Like these are, like at least 1. If you could have 2, even better.
Right.
I'm definitely using rubbing alcohol today, paper towel. Because we're extra, we have everything you need to turn it into like an actual keychain. So we have all the hardware. We have the little, I'm having spacing out.
Needle nose pliers.
Pliers, yes, needle nose pliers. And then the little tassels. Guys, the tassels are awesome. And all of this can be picked up like at Amazon. So you can check out our Amazon links down below to go shopping. That'll be so much fun, supports the channel. And y'all, I have the StarCraft heat press today. And let me tell you, there's a TikTok coming out soon of Lauren and the and the StarCraft heat press. Yeah. Because let me tell you, this thing is heavy. Heavy. So
we should post that TikTok right after this.
Yeah, we'll have to post it today just so you can see and understand what we're talking about. We'll post it on Instagram. So now you'll have a reason to go follow after the show. But this is going to be preheated to 385. And we're going to heat this for 50 seconds. So a lot of our warping and our issues actually happened when we were using it at 60 seconds. For some reason, sublimation is one of those things that 10 seconds can actually do a big difference. It's like a big jump, whether it's your color's not crisp enough, it's not rich enough. 10 seconds can make or break a project, especially when you're talking about this adorable keychain that we're going to do today. Now I have a question from a viewer that I want to address. And they asked, Tanner, can I do this with infusible ink? And the answer is, technically, you could use half of this project, and you'll know what I mean when we get to design space. You could do the shape of the outline. You're not able to do the text as easy as we are today. Like, you can't tell infusible ink. You can't print on infusible ink. It would be really cool. I've never tried it, but you could cut the shape out in infusible ink and then use an infusible ink marker to actually draw the writing if you really needed to.
Right.
But it's a lot easier what we're doing today with sublimation. So yay! Oh my gosh, if you have the gloves are a must. Yes, I'm glad everyone's like in agreement. We have to have the gloves.
Yes.
I love that. So this is the StarCraft heat press. I get questions all the time. Is this worth the money? It's the clamshell. I did splurge on it. Mm-hmm. I don't splurge a lot on utensils, but like, they're always sold out.
Yeah.
They're always like talked about, and I wanted to know why. This does not have the swing away arm. I thought I would be very upset not having a swing away arm. I actually really like not having a swing away arm. I know that sounds crazy, but I haven't needed it. I will say I've done a lot of trainings, especially Lauren, when we were doing boot camp. Boot camp would have been very helpful to maybe have a swinging arm, but we made this work great. So
Deborah has a good question before we...
Hey, Deborah!
Is it Deborah? No, it's Terry Lynn, sorry.
Oh, hey, Terry!
If you purchase the sublimation course, is it limited to any time span to go through, or is it forever accessible once it's paid for?
Oh my goodness, Miss Terry.
Yes, go ahead, let's let them know.
It's lifetime access. It's lifetime access of Maker's Gonna Learn. So the lifespan of Maker's Gonna Learn, you will have it for the lifespan of our company, which will be very long. And we're super excited about that. So there's no urgency. There's no 12 months. There's no 1 month. You get lifetime to the life of the course, which I love. So you can dive in today. Say next year you need to revamp it. Say you need to recircle or circle back on certain tips. You got a new printer later. You can always come back to the curriculum and those files. Guys, the files are so valuable. They're exclusive to Sublimation, not found in the membership. It's an awesome program. So I want to encourage you to get registered. And something I haven't mentioned is there's a payment plan. So Sadie, why don't we share the screen? I'll just walk them through what all they're getting, and then we'll jump right into the actual training in design space. So if you want to learn how to sublimate, Maker's Gonna Sublimate is for you. It is so good. What I hadn't mentioned is that you can actually do a 2 payments. So you can spread this across 2 payments to make it really simple. You would pay 1 payment today of $63.50 and 1 payment in 30 days from now. And it will be so good. This is awesome. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about sublimation, and here's what you're getting. So you're getting 16 tutorial videos that are in depth and give you everything you need to know to create those amazing sublimation projects. Included, you'll get more than 200 exclusive files. You're getting the Maker's Gonna Sublimate digital ebook to go right along this. And you're getting all of our support, know-how, and motivation. You're getting 7 projects you can recreate right away. You can see an overview of the course. And really, you're getting all the tools you need to succeed with sublimation. So I just want to help you all make that choice. If you need to still be sold on this, check this out, 200 plus unique designs. And guys, our team has worked so hard to find you the best images. We pulled out some of these patterns, Lauren, were actually exclusively designed for a program we used to do called Mystery Boxes. It was Maker's Material. And we took some of those patterns and actually gave them to our viewers. So old time Makers Gonna Learn friends will know and spot some of these Valentine's files, some Halloween and things like that. So there's some really cool wraps in here. I teach you all how to do some really great templates. I mean, you get a ton, you just get a ton in the program. So this is not included in your membership. This is an additional program and training for people that really want to wrap their head around sublimation and really excel pretty quickly. I mean, I think you could have almost all of this training down pat within 3 weeks. I feel like you're go have everything really, really under control. Trish says, love, love, love the sub course. Yes, thanks Trish, I love it, you're awesome. So let me go over what we're doing in Design Space. So you saw the project. Here is what we've done so far in Design Space. Like, this is not super tricky at all. We're using 2 fonts. We are using 1 Maker's Gonna Learn cut file, and we're actually using 2 images from Maker's Gonna Sublimate. So over here, that I've selected right here, this is from Maker's Gonna Sublimate. So you're getting the Sublimation background swatch, and you're getting the Sublimation watercolor. So there's a few different ones you can choose from. Lauren, imagine using the watercolor on a full wrap tumbler.
Oh, I think it would be beautiful.
I love that. We have some really fun full wrap tumblers coming out. I'm going to do a video comparing the EasyPress, the mug press, excuse me, to the convection oven. So those will be really good for the full wrap tumblers. So
speaking of tumblers, Sue asked, and I'm pretty sure, she said, can you sublimate on stainless steel tumblers without the poly coating? It has to have that poly coating.
I believe so. I believe so. I'm not exactly sure.
So the stainless steel tumblers that you would need to sub on are going to be white. Like, if it's just an actual stainless steel color, you can still. It would have to have that poly coating.
I believe so. I'm not exactly sure because I have sublimated on certain materials like that, so it might not have to be on there, but it might actually just help it a little bit with it being a curved surface. I can look into that further to have a yes or no for you, so just let us know if you need help with that. But in addition to the files from the Maker's Gonna Learn sublimation course, we're using 1 file, which is Spring Flowers, from makersgonnalearn.com. So if you're a member, you'll have this one. And then we're actually featuring 2 fonts today. So we have Albuquerque, and we also have Growing, I believe. Oh my gosh. I had it. I was so proud of myself for memorizing. No, it's not downloaded. I was so proud of myself for having it memorized, but I'll find it real quick. Let's go to makersgonnalearn.com and I'm going to download it, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to download a font today. It starts with a B. Oh my gosh.
We had this issue literally
Is this not so
week.
fun? Oh my gosh.
We had this issue last week.
I'm not going to write down the, oh my gosh, it's called Blown Away.
That's it.
I love Blown Away. That's why it's one of my top, I think it's in my top 10 because Blown Away, when we first added fonts, this was one of our first. So Blown Away kind of has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
I highly recommend y'all to download it. So when you become a member, which you can today using the coupon code MAKE to get that year membership if you don't already. So once you download that, you get this zip file. We're going to open up the Blown Away font right here. We're going to install that font. And then bada bing, bada boom. Lauren, that took what, 20 seconds?
Right.
I mean, look at that. So what I'm going to do now is head over here back to Design Space. And we already have it. So what we could do, one of my favorite hacks that Lauren taught me was if your project's saved and everything, you can just ask Design Space to reload, and then you will have your correct font. So I love it, love it, love it.
So Sandra asks, she said, I have the Cricut mug press, but my next big purchase is going to be a bigger mug press that I can do all shapes and sizes. Do we have a recommendation? We actually recommend a convection oven.
Yeah,
over a mug press.
Sandra. I really want you to consider the convection oven because it's going to allow you to do tumblers in our specific convection oven that's mentioned in the course. Lauren, I can do 3 full wrap tumblers at one time. That is huge because, for example, just to understand the training in the sublimation class, as the craft develops and we learn new things, we actually update the curriculum. So my original training was to do a full wrap tumbler just in the mug press. And then after I started playing around with the convection oven, I was like, whoa, this is a game changer. The results are so much better than a mug press. I mean, it's almost flawless. Like, it's really, really good. Especially, just to give you a recap, when you are doing a full wrap tumbler and you do it in the mug press, it's theoretically really hard to get like that lip, that professional lip to go underneath for it to transfer. The mug press doesn't do that. But when you're using the convection oven, you tape it really well. Some people saran wrap it, and I personally will just be real with you. I don't, and you'll see the results I get with my full wraps. I mean, they're flawless. But nonetheless, you are going to get something awesome. So yeah, that's what I recommend. Sandra, it's $80, so it's a really great deal in comparison to some other things on the market. So just be careful deciding so that you can save money, have something be effective. If you're making and selling projects, sublimation is for sure for you, and we love that. So anyway, let's head back over to Design Space. This is super awesome over here at Cricut Design Space. You can see I have the watercolor, and then right here, we're gonna take our background. I'm just gonna place it. You can pick like what area you want to do it on. I'm just gonna place it right here. And then we're gonna select 2 layers, these 2, and we're gonna press slice.
So the cool thing about this is those shapes, you have access to those shapes with Maker's Gonna Sublimate.
Yes.
And you can make those shapes literally any color you want with the backgrounds.
Yep.
And that we have just by using that slice tool.
I love the slice tool.
I know.
It's so good. And then now that we have that, we're gonna come over here and I'm just gonna pick 1 flower. So you can pick really whichever one you would like. You don't have to be particular today. For this one, I'm gonna pick right here. I'm just gonna zoom in, bring these over. And look at, guys, our new keyboard makes me feel like we really are going places.
I know.
Like, if y'all did not know, like, it's a game changer. Now, guys, if you're ever wondering, like, why is this not where I want it to be? All you need to do is select the layer and then go to arrange, and then you can click send to front. So I'm just gonna leave my cursor there for a second so you can see where arrange is. You can see my little cursor. You can see the send to front button. Feel free to screenshot this if this will help you in the future. So just click that, bada bing, bada boom. Now I can size it down. Love that, love, love, love it. All right, next up, we are going to pull out our 2 fonts. So again, we're using Albuquerque for the always. So you can just search Al and you find Albuquerque.
So Heather says, is the mug press course in sublimation? So everything in the sublimation course is going to be always available to you.
Yes.
If you don't have space for the oven is, when we say oven, it's not, it's literally like a tabletop. Like it would fit on this little table.
Yes.
It's, I mean, it's small. It's about, I don't want to give you exact dimensions. But it's not like a big oven, but we understand if you don't have space. But everything in the sublimation course will be available to you always.
Yes. All right, so do you see how I just grabbed another text box? Guys, let's just have a quick overview of working with fonts. Let's do a little design. It is very intentional, my friend, that we have merged together a script font with what we call a basic font. So for Albuquerque, you could use the Albuquerque font. I love this one. If you're looking for one, I love it a lot. as well. You could also use Barefoot Joanna. I feel like you all could guess that one. I love it. And yeah, you can always, merge it together with the Addie Kate font or the Blown Away font or any of our script fonts. Like, this looks really great together, and it's kind of awesome to have in your back pocket, honestly. So that's all you have to do to design it. What we did over here on the left was we took a 3-inch circle to represent our acrylic blank, and then we sized it down. But before we sized it down, we have one more tip. So if you notice, I have multiple layers. I mean, look at all these layers I have. I have 2 text boxes, I have the spring flower, and I have the slice result. If I press make it right now for those layers on the mat, you're going to see I have, multiple mats. There's quite a bit going on. So what we need to do is just select all of our layers, and we're just going to go ahead and click flatten. Now, flatten is the one thing that probably needs its own training, because flatten is my secret weapon for turning any design into print and cut or into a sublimation file with Design Space. So that's all you do. You size it for your acrylic blank like we already did, and then you would print this out on some amazing, I'm actually going to delete this out. You're go ahead and I'll flatten this one too. So they're both flattened. And then when you press make it, you're going to see we are actually going to print this through Cricut Design Space. So we're actually going to use Cricut Design Space for the sublimation training, which is awesome. Now, we are actually not having to do any sort of mirroring today. Traditional sublimation, please mirror it, but today's project you don't have to, but if you need to, here's the mirror button. On, off, it's not necessary.
And the reason it's not necessary is because we are actually, where it is an acrylic round,
yeah, sublimating the back.
You're sublimating the back, that way nothing rubs off on the front.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me to explain that.
It's okay.
And then when you press continue, I am going to help you all understand how to get the best basic print settings. So let's click send to printer, and we're going to use system dialog and then press print. Oh, and I would turn bleed off. I accidentally forgot, but if you need to, say you're like me and you forgot to, click this X, click send to printer, turn bleed off, turn system dialog on, and press print. And then it's go pop up on the back, just like so. Now, I want to let you all know, when you are using a sublimation printer, you have to sync up your colors with your ink, with your printer, and your computer. They all three work together. The printer, the ink, your sublimation ink of choice, and your computer. They all three work together. So we are super, super excited for that. You can go over here and go from normal to best quality. I highly recommend that. And we're using A-Sub sublimation paper today. So A-Sub sublimation paper, we use our Epson, and that's awesome. So any of that is really, really good. You can have more, kind of layouts. You could go over here to print settings. I like to tell it that we're actually using matte paper because it'll know that we need to go ahead and give a little bit more ink than if it was glossy, so it seeps in, which is great for sublimation. If you didn't mirror it, you could actually mirror it here, but we're not needing that today. And then you print it out. So pretend you printed it out and you have it. Let's go overhead to our design. So this right here is printed on A-Sub paper today, and it is awesome. So we love, love, love that. I'm gonna grab my pair of scissors, and then look, we're just gonna cut this out. So we're actually just going to cut this out today, just like so. Lauren, how is everyone doing?
They're doing great. They are doing great. Heather, the one that we were talking about, the oven.
Hey, Heather.
The reason she does it is because she lives in a tiny house in Hawaii. She's living my dream.
Well, Heather, honey.
Yeah, we understand.
I hope you go to the beach. Maybe, I mean, I'm honored that she's watching. I hope you're at your tiny home. We want to live vicariously through you.
Yes, yes.
Will you start making TikToks?
Just make TikToks.
Yeah, just make TikToks about it.
So we can see where, see
Yes,
the beach.
yes. So notice this is very matte paper. And notice, I just want to give you, let me give the background here too. If you notice, this is a little bit, the finished is a little bit more vibrant than our printout. That is normal for sublimation, okay? That is very normal. So what we're gonna do now, we have heat resistant tape on the table, and we're actually going to tape our design to the back of one of our acrylic blanks. So I'm just gonna remove this right here, and before we tape it, we're actually going to clean it with rubbing alcohol. Love cleaning any acrylic, glass, anything like that
It's actually,
with rubbing alcohol.
When you're doing sublimation, one of the things that I have discovered, whether it be an acrylic, you would clean it with rubbing alcohol, but if you are doing any type of shirt or like a
lint roll it. You gotta lint roll it.
It is imperative that you clean or lint roll, because any little fiber will seep into what you are
Yes, and you know, if you don't have, you know, if it's dusty or, you know, linty or anything like that, you're just not going to get a great look for those t-shirts. So you just want to be careful about that. So now that we have that, we are actually going to now take our design, and this is technically the back, but notice how we're just going to lay it here, and then we can kind of place it perfectly, like wherever we want it. So right here looks good to me. And remember, now I can touch it because I'm touching the front, and then I'm going to start taping it just like so. So I want to make sure I really secure it on here, because we're placing this inside our big ol' StarCraft clamshell, which if you're just tuning in, I love the thing. Like, I absolutely love our clamshell.
So Mommy Care said, can you sublimate on any acrylic keychain or any acrylic blank?
I believe, so acrylic you can actually sublimate on, and it's really, really awesome. So if it's flat, I would definitely, you know, make sure, depending on, you say any, so that starts to scare me, like if there's
any is like, I don't want to say yes you can on any.
Yeah, that would be like saying you can sublimate on any piece of wood. Like, I wouldn't sublimate on any piece of wood.
I mean, I wouldn't sublimate on treated wood.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you have to be careful with all of it. So yeah, but you can sublimate on acrylic in general. So that's awesome. Okay, so I just added some tape. I'm gonna add one more piece for safety. Did I overdo it? Probably. It's okay. But okay, so what we're gonna do now, you might ask a question, Tanner, do I sublimate acrylic up? Do I sublimate acrylic down? Wherever your sublimation paper is, the sandwich should be, actually, speaking of sandwich, I'm gonna rip this in half. Okay, we're gonna have, the sandwich will be inside your heat press, which we'll go to the heat press camera here in a minute. You will do butcher's paper down, your design with your sublimation paper facing up, and then another piece of butcher's paper. So Sadie, can we go over here to our clamshell camera? Thank you. So we've got our butcher's paper down here. We're preheated to 385, y'all, 385. And then what we have done is we have got the timer set for 50 seconds. Not 60 seconds. We had some issues when we went to 60 seconds. So what we're doing today is we're going to place our sublimation design. I'm actually, Lauren, go intentionally place it more towards the front. And why I'm placing it more towards the front is because this is acrylic. I don't want it to warp too bad. I feel like if it's further back, it's gonna have even more pressure. I let the pressure gauge on mine kind of loosen up. Yeah. Mine's not gonna be, I almost thought about just holding it, like not even fully pressing it down. You could do whichever one. I would test it and be careful. So we're gonna place another piece of butcher's paper. If you don't have butcher's paper, y'all, you need the course, because if you don't know why you use butcher's paper, what it's for, just get the course. Like, you really need it. It's really important. So now we're gonna press this down, and that's a little scary. Like, hearing that click in is very, very scary. And so it's already counting down the 50 seconds.
We did get a question, can you sublimate with your press iron? I'm gonna say no, because I don't think the irons, like press irons that you use when you are pressing your clothes, they don't get hot enough anymore.
Right.
This needs to be, we are sitting at what,
385 is very hot for Cricut, and is almost almost one of the highest temperatures I use when I'm sublimating.
Right.
Like 400 is like the top. So 385 is very, very warm. So no, this is not something you can do with a regular iron.
Yeah.
You need a heat press. You could do a version of this with an EasyPress.
Yes, you could
I
do
would love to see, I mean, you could easily do this. Oh, here we go.
Okay, this is important, so we're gonna be quiet.
Yep, so we're opening this up. Now, the number one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight from here, is we are putting this straight inside of the water, okay? So we're placing this right into the water. I just wanted you to be able to see us place this in the water. And we're gonna let that's what we're gonna use to cool this off. Now ours did warp, so I'm actually gonna share with you how to fix that after we let this sit for about 2 minutes. So I'm gonna go back over to the main camera. So right back over here, I'm turning my heat press off because
it gets hot.
It's like warm, like I'm sweating. So it's so good. Make sure you use cast acrylic. Thank you, Karen. Cast acrylic is really great for this, and we love that. So we're gonna let this cool off a little bit. It's very important.
She did say she meant the Cricut press iron, like so if it's the Cricut EasyPress.
Yes. Because you can get to 385 degrees. So that is awesome. But we're just gonna let this sit here and cool off. And then while that's cooling off, I'm actually gonna bring out.
Are we overhead?
Oh, are we overhead? Okay, we're on one. Yeah.
They were just saying that they couldn't see the water.
Oh, yeah, you're good. So what we are gonna do is plug in our our Wagner heat gun. And then what we're gonna do is here in a minute, we're gonna use a little pan and a bottle of paint, and we're gonna unwarp it. So this is gonna be really great. Lauren, I don't know about you, I love my Wagner heat gun.
Yes.
I use this for a lot of tricks, a lot of different DIYs. It's so good. So anyway, I'm just going to throw this away, just like so.
So that water also helps the paper come off of the sublimated acrylic as well.
Yes,
it's not only just to cool it down, it's also to help bring that paper
There's
off.
multiple hacks happening here, which is really awesome. I love that there's multiple hacks happening, and it's so good. So here we go. Look at this. We can go overhead if we're not already, so you can kind of see here in the water, you can kind of start taking this tape off.
And it's okay if you have paper that gets stuck to your acrylic. That is part, because I remember the first time Courtney,
she was freaking out.
She freaked out the first time that she sublimated on acrylic. But it's one of those that if you let it sit in the water and you just kind of rub it off or scratch it off, it comes right off.
Yeah, I'm getting the tape off first. I found that to be, like, once the tape's off, everything else is just go kind of flow a little bit better. So while we're doing this, like, let me know if you all have any questions. Are there anything you all want us to cover? This could be membership related. This could be Cricut related, sublimation related. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Carol says, I ruined a garden flag the other day. Do you think it was weight of big EasyPress? Temp suggested from 143 or time. Carol, were you sublimating or cricketing? She says ruin. I want to assume sublimating. Carol, were you sublimating? Let me know. So what I'm going to do is just start using my finger and start rubbing it off. And as you see here, it just starts coming off kind of in chunks, which is great. So look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at this.
It is a little, just a little bit time consuming to take that paper off. So just be patient.
Yeah.
Give yourself a little grace.
Yes.
It's all about that. So let's see how many friends we have with us today. We have 206 watching.
Woohoo! Hello, everyone.
Which is a really good number, I feel like, for the last little bit.
Yeah, I love that. So I'm just cleaning this up.
Can you use infusible ink sheets on acrylic blanks?
Can you use infusible ink sheets on acrylic blanks?
Yes.
So it is just printed. It is just printed sublimation. So yeah. So that's what you all should take away from this video, is that, believe it or not, sublimation is like printed infusible ink sheets is just printed sublimation. Like, instead of you printing your own sublimation design, Cricut printed it for you, and you are just going to use theirs.
Okay, so Michelle, while he's doing this, your question popped up. I have Sublimation seatbelt straps. Are you meaning like the actual strap of like a seatbelt, or are you talking about like the little cover that goes over it so the seatbelt doesn't rub like on your neck?
Oh, I bet it's one of those. That's cool.
See, that's what I was thinking.
Awesome.
Anyway, she asked what temperature time would you recommend on a swing away? That's something that you have to play around with. If it is like the fuzzy, like kind of plush thing that you put around a seatbelt, I would think it would be about the same as a blanket, which I think we did at 400, 460. Is that right?
400 for 60? Yeah. So I love doing sublimation with blankets is actually so fun. So fun. So Carol says she was sublimating.
Michelle, and then Michelle said it's a cover. So if it's one of those like Velcro covers that is kind of more plush, that's what I would suggest. Hannah, do you have any?
You know, I would say 400. I would say 400. And we're trying to figure out time too.
She said temp and time.
Yeah, 400 for 60 seconds. If it's more like a blanket material, that's what we use, and it works really, really good. So that's what we recommend. I love that. You're gonna really enjoy being able to sublimate on blankets. Like, I just wanna give a highlight. I teach how to sublimate on blankets in the course too. So we love that. I've done it live as well, but there's so many good tips that you'll enjoy. So,
not plush. I bet it's more of the neoprene.
Neoprene, okay, yeah. Around the same time, 380 might work. One thing I do love is in the Maker's Gonna Sublimate, just like in our membership, we have a temperature chart for our friends that are cricketing. We have a temperature chart for our friends that sublimate. So feel free to download that when you join, because let me tell you, trying to scour the web for all the different temperatures, very frustrating, y'all, very frustrating. So definitely check that out. Now, what we're going to do, this is the fun part. We are going to go to the high setting. We are going to watch this acrylic kind of flatten out. As you guys can see, can we have the overhead? This overhead right here, you guys see that? That is not cutting it.
I know.
Not cutting it. So we're just gonna melt this, and then I'm going to place a paint bottle on here just to help flatten it out because it will be very warm. So we're just going
to have to be an actual like paint can, like anything heavy that's not going to, like, I don't want to say ruin with the heat because it is going to get hot. Yeah,
that is true. So I'm just gonna warm this up. Just warming her up. I didn't think about neoprene. Guys, when you think about all the different things you can sublimate, I mean, I just get so excited.
Yeah. Let's see. What are our friends saying? Would it be easier to clean the paper off with a pan scrubber?
I thought about using a hand scrubber, but then I really like to keep my material simple, and using your fingers is fine. So that's why I didn't. Oh, Linda, please email us and we'll get you the temperature chart.
So I'm going to drop that link for our customer service team.
Yes.
If anyone has any questions, definitely email us. It's hi@makersgonnalearn.com, but I will drop that right here.
Yes. Now look, it's already flattening out, and you really don't even have to use the paint can because it's already flattening out. I should have put a piece of butcher's paper under here.
Are you warming the front or the back? They're asking.
I'm warming the back because wherever it's warped, I'm wanting it to flatten out. So you can then place that on there, just like so. So I can kind of see how it's doing. Oh my goodness, that was, wow. That flattened out quick. That flattened out real quick, real quick. Oh, she's hot. Okay, we're gonna sit it over here. But as you guys can see now, I mean, this is, that was so fast. I love that. Okay, so after that's flattened out, you guys, that was impressive. Like, obviously not everyone's gonna have a heat gun, but what I'm gonna tell you is that if you don't have a heat gun and you're doing this project, Lauren, I don't know if we've tried multiple ways, but you're still running a risk of warping because you're having to get it so hot to sublimate, but then the acrylic wants to obviously warp a little. So this is the best way to fix it, and then be able to have a really awesome keychain. So we love it. My mic went out. Oh no. Oh, my batteries are dying. Lauren, entertain everyone.
Okay. Well, while Tanner is fixing his mug because the batteries went out, can you put a weight on it before it cools to straighten it and then soak it in water? It's going to be so hot when it comes out. We really suggest soaking it in water before so that you can get that paper off, and then using that heat gun to heat it back up and flattening it out.
Am I back?
You are back.
We also, are we back already?
Look at that. Look at that. Lauren,
that.
I mean, you could run the show. That's great.
Yeah.
You're like, of course.
Yeah.
Were we just talking about like flattening the acrylic?
They were asking, can you flatten it as soon as you pull it out and then put it in water after it flattens?
I don't think so. That from us, I don't believe
I
so,
don't
because it would
wanna
be
say
like
you
extra
can
hot.
or you can't, because we didn't test it that way.
Yeah, this was the easiest way for us to get the result, but also we have the heat gun, so like that was helpful to have in our back pocket. So I'm not sure. I do have another one that we could just hypothetically test real quick.
I would say let's do it.
I mean, why not? That's what you all are here for. We're here to hang
let's do
out.
it.
We have it, so we'll do it real quick.
We also had a friend ask us.
Hello.
Let me find it.
And
Because
then
it was really good. It was why are we using the heat gun? Where did it go?
Oh, the heat gun. Well, we were flattening it out.
Right, there it is. Why the heat gun rather than boiling water?
Oh, well, maybe you could use boiling water. Again, we have a craft room. So in our craft room, we don't just boil water a lot.
But I mean,
I guess it would work.
If it gets up to that temperature for you to be able to pull it out and...
Heck yeah. I love
mean-
that. Okay, so we're just go do this real quick. I'm turning my clamshell back on. I'm gonna try to see if it remembers our settings.
She said that she reflattens her acrylic plates with boiled water.
Oh, look at you. I mean,
I love it.
I do too.
Absolutely love it.
I do too. So, okay, what we're gonna do is we have another one, because we just magically have others, and we're going to, I'm gonna set this up to where we're gonna take it and like instantly flatten it.
Yeah.
Like no cold water, we're gonna try to flatten it right away, because I think that's a great idea. So I'm gonna have my handy dandy Wilton pan here. I'm going to have my butcher's paper. I'm gonna grab more butcher's paper, and then we're just as soon as we press that, we're going to flatten it out with our handy dandy StarCraft chalk and mineral paint bottle, which, I mean, hey, we flatten it, we flatten it. So yay! An embossing wand, I believe, would work. It would take a little bit longer, because let me tell you, this heat gun gets hot fast.
Yeah.
So we're at 266 degrees. So real quick, let's just talk about, just add your keychain accessories. I would recommend having a pack of these on hand if you're a Cricketer or crafter at all, because you're going to use this in many different crafts. Leather keychains, acrylic keychains. You can put vinyl on acrylic as well. So if you're watching today and you're like, I don't sublimate, what can I do? You can add vinyl to these. You can paint the backs if you want. If you don't want to do the watercolor design that we did, that's very trendy. Lauren, who hasn't seen the vinyl and the paint on the acrylic keychains, I mean, that's awesome. So yes, so good. And yeah, we're just getting preheated right now. Now I wish I didn't turn it off. I mean,
well, it was getting very hot.
Can you feel it over there? Can you feel it over
not
there?
Not necessarily can I feel it over here, but I also know that we don't have the air on in here.
That is true. It's just naturally warm.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. While that preheats, I'm gonna come join you because we have another 100 degrees to go. And then people can ask their questions. We can see what everyone's up to. Let me know.
Everybody's saying we need to clean the keychain with alcohol. Yes, you do need to, but we're just doing this as a test.
This is more so to find out, can we flatten it? Is the water necessary?
Right.
Or anything
so
like
now
that.
would be a good time for Q&A.
Yes, please start throwing
questions.
those up. So Carol wants to know, what is our opinion on the ruined garden flag? Now, Lauren, I think the big EasyPress.
What do you mean by ruined? Like, did it turn colors? Did you burn a hole through it?
I bet there's ghosting. Here's my predicament. Carol will chime in. Carol, chime in and let me know.
Okay.
Is there ghosting? If there's bad ghosting, I would imagine it was the big EasyPress. You know, it kind of moved, jolted, anything like that. That would mean if you had the indicator that you like had ghosting or anything like that, it was either A, not taped down well enough, the EasyPress moved and jolted it. It's happened to me time and time again. Even on the live streams, I mean, it happens all the time.
That's the only bad thing with
let us know
EasyPress.
let us know in case maybe she's like, no, there's a hole in it. Like maybe it burned a hole. Like, I don't know. Let us know, Carol.
That's the only downfall with that EasyPress is that any little tiny movement.
Yeah. I mean, it makes or breaks the project.
If it's not taped down, you can never over-tape sublimation. Never, ever. I don't feel like you can.
She said wrinkled beyond the wrinkles on her face. Then maybe it was too hot.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like it was too hot.
If your garden flag wrinkled up, it had to have just got too much heat.
Yeah.
I would assume.
We've never had that problem.
No, and I've done garden flags.
Yeah.
We love garden flags. And I think we both get the same garden flags, Carol. Like, I think if you followed the instructions on 143's website, so I'm sure we probably use the same temperature too. I don't know, Carol. Send me some pictures.
I wonder if send us some pictures because I wonder if it's just like a fluke with the one garden flag or like
maybe. Someone asked, can you use butcher's paper from the store? Yes, I bulk order mine, but you can use whichever one you want.
Sue also asked, can you sublimate on heat-resistant glass?
We've sublimated on the cutting boards, and that is really fun. We love doing glass cutting boards, but we have special. They're like, they're really good.
Yeah. So if you're, for example, and then I'm just using this because we literally just made one of these.
Yeah.
Cups you can sublimate on glass like tumblers.
Mind blowing.
But they have to have a special poly coating on them.
So be careful. It's just not, you can't just do any glass.
No.
You want to make sure you have that poly coating. The poly coating is like a secret weapon.
Yeah.
Like it's like taking sublimation again to another level. That's awesome.
The only downfall with sublimating on glass is it limits you to pretty much dark colors.
Oh, you couldn't do.
You can't
that's
do
true.
light colors.
You know, sublimation does give you a
bright.
lot of those struggles of like, I can't sublimate on black shirts without doing a bleach technique, or, you know, like there's certain things that just make you be like, well, sad about it, but it's okay.
I mean, they're beautiful. They are super high quality.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely love how they turned out.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Because it's just, it looks clean. It looks nice.
It looks really good. Like the quality of it definitely goes up. So if you're considering grabbing Makers on Sublimate today, highly recommend it. If you're wanting to start selling your projects, that's another great indicator. You should join the program because you'll learn how to start selling your projects because you'll have really great quality projects to sell. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. Oh my gosh, it's almost preheated. We're at 375, so we only got a little bit more. So yay! April said you can get it at Sam's Club. Butcher's paper.
Yes.
Get it wherever you can buy bulk. The roll we get is on Amazon, and it's like a huge roll, so it's probably very similar to Sam's Club. So, yay! Does the same poly coating apply to ceramic? I do believe so. Like you would have to find the same coating on there for that sublimation. Now let me tell you, sublimating on ceramic would look really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be so pretty.
Yeah.
I've just now thought about that, like what all we can do if we did
if we can get some, can we get this poly coating paint? Like what, is this a spray, Lauren? Is this a sealer?
How can we do
How can we get the coating?
Because coasters on like little tiles with
that's kind of, very similar.
Yeah,
like that.
We have done that.
They're my office, my wedding pictures. I made those. It's okay.
It's a blonde moment.
Lauren's very deep in developing a silhouette course, so she's working day in and day out on that.
Yes, my brain is on that right now.
It's awesome. I love it.
Halfway through.
Heck yeah.
Halfway through.
So good. Okay, we're at 3. Okay, I think we're ready to get ready to go over here. I'm gonna come back over here. All right, guys, so we've been able to take this. I taped it just very gently. We're really not even worried about the design at this point. We're mainly worried about getting this sublimate. So let's take this, place it down, and then place this right here. And then we're gonna do this real quick. And then boom. Okay.
So for those of you that, if you are just now joining, what we're doing is we're testing a theory.
We're testing a theory, a different version. We're going to try to flatten our acrylic rather than doing water, then flattening with a heat gun. We're trying to make this like a fluid, easy, simple process. I love it. Oh, Sandra says, thanks so much for y'all to have everything in one place for us. It makes it so much easier and less frustrating. Sandra, that's why we love being here. We try to explain to people that if you try to go all over the web to learn how to master your Cricut, which is what we do 70% of the time here, you're going to learn so many different things, but in such a different way from each person. We want you to have a building block. We want you to have a foundation that is solid, that you get to master everything. So that is why we recommend membership. That is why we recommend Makers Gonna Sublimate, so you can learn with us. Okay, we gotta do this fast. Boom. We're gonna take this,
Pull.
boom, and boom.
Actually, when you pulled that out, it didn't look like it warped.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, from over here, it didn't look like it warped at all.
It looked like it was warped when I looked at it.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I don't think it was. But if it was, it's not no more.
It's not warped now.
Look at that. Oh, well, I guess it's still hot.
It's hot. Don't touch it. Put your gloves on, child. Whew.
Okay.
Is it still hot? Can you still move it? Don't break it.
It's okay. It's good. It's good. It's actually really good. It's actually a lot better than our other one. So like you can, here, we'll go overhead. You can see like it's barely, I mean, this is so much better than before. So
right.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you have this. So, wow. I mean, look, so I think it works, but also I don't think it warped near as bad. We could say that.
I probably would have personally would have left the paint can if it was more warped than that. Probably would have left the paint can just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I really, I just don't know that it was warped when we pulled it out the first time. And I
okay.
think it's because,
I'll clean that up later.
Here's my theory.
Oh, Lauren's got a theory. I love it. I love it.
Our heat press was on how long before?
Oh.
And it got super hot. And it just preheated and we put it in there.
Wow.
I think that's the key. Get what you're doing with acrylic ready, and as soon as it's preheated,
Go for it.
Go for it then, and don't let it sit there and get hot. So hot.
That's the pro tip that you wouldn't get if we were doing a recorded video. I try to explain to people why live streams are so powerful and why they're fun and why they're great. It's stuff like this where you get to ask questions, you get to interact, you get to dive in and really see the process, which I really love. So, oh my gosh, Marcia says we can buy a polyacrylic spray.
I know, we need to look into that. So Nadine asked,
hello.
Nadine, email us that question at customer service because
hi@makersgonnalearn.com.
I'm going to drop that here.
Yes. Is it a membership related question?
No, it's a question. It's a craft related question, but it's etching cream on some other stuff.
Yeah. Let us know what you're thinking in the email. If you're a member, post it in the Facebook group because we all would love to come around you. Etching has so many steps, so that is super good. So,
and it's too much for us to get into right now. So email us that question, pop it in the Facebook group if you're there.
Our team is here to support you, my friend, so we're super excited. But again, I want to invite anyone that's not already a Makers Gonna Sublimate, go grab it. If you're not in our membership, is there anyone that's like, I'm brand new, I've never been a member here, I'm not a member right now, I just found the channel? Let us know. We want to personally welcome you to the channel. So definitely let us know here in the comments as we are wrapping up the show today.
Yes.
We're super excited and had such a great time getting to craft with you and testing strategies. I want to see what you do.
See, this is the part that I absolutely love about our lives.
Yes.
I love hearing your all suggestions. And I love testing those theories live with you all so we can learn together. Yes.
Look at everyone. Everybody's like, Lauren, you're really smart. She is. I mean, she dips and does.
But it's one of those things, I guess it's the teacher in me, and it's part of I feel like it's a science experiment.
Yes.
And I love learning. I'm all about learning new things. I know that a lot of people look at us as craft experts, but we're human, just like you guys.
For sure.
So we have fails.
You always have something to bring to the table.
We have new testing theories. We want to hear your new testing theories.
We have a friend ask, what if we lowered the heat? If we lowered the heat, then we can't get the sublimation the ink to turn into a gas to be permanent on your acrylic. So it's a double-edged sword here, my friend. You're going back and forth. Yeah.
You're literally playing with fire here.
Heat.
You have to get that heat so high because once again, back to the science experiment, that ink turns into a gas, transfers over to the poly or the
t-shirt with the fibers.
The fibers that it adheres to, and then once again becomes a solid so it doesn't rip off.
Which is incredible. So
Yes.
we have some friends. Can I join the course or membership in the UK? Yes. We have friends in the Philippines, United Kingdom, Canada, America, South America.
We had a friend say hi from Australia earlier.
Yes, Australia, what's up? New Zealand.
All over the world.
We
Yes.
love, love, love you guys, international friends. And then we have friends asking for membership costs. I have a special coupon code for you today. So it's the coupon code MAKE. If you want to go yearly, you can be a monthly member at $19.99 a month, or you can go ahead and say yes to our best value. I give you over $600 of free courses. When you invest in the year membership, you're a member for 365 days a year, for 365 days from now, which is incredible. You get access to those 20 courses, and you get our 30 days to master your Cricut challenge, and it's awesome. Maker's Gonna Sublimate today, y'all. Again, $70 off, no coupon code needed for that. So we've dropped links for both. The pow pow emoji is for membership, and the little printer is for Maker's Gonna Sublimate. So yay, Brand's making new to all the new members and friends.
Welcome, welcome. We are so glad you're here. We're so glad you have joined us today. This has been an amazing craft.
I love seeing all the new names.
I do too.
So many new friends. It's always good to have a fresh group here.
Yes.
So we're always loving that. So guys, thank you so much for being a part of Maker's Gonna Learn.
Yes.
We have so many great new videos coming out. So many great new trainings. We have some really, we gotta, well, we don't have to close it because we got our comments, but you guys have to join us March 1st. March 1st is the kickoff to National Craft Month giveaways. I believe it's a 2 or 3 hour live event. I haven't confirmed everything, but for National Craft Month, we are going big and we're going strong. So National Craft Month is like one of my favorite times of the year. We have throughout that month, we have our National Craft Month kickoff event on the 1st. We have our boot camp, which y'all know we go hard at boot camp. Amazing projects, like showstopper projects that you have to recreate, enter the giveaways, have fun. And then we have a special announcement at the end of the month as well. So you've got to be here for it. You are going to love that. And you're going to actually love the experience even better if you're a member. So if you're not a member, great time to join, get plugged in. I'm so excited. So good.
I'm pumped.
Hey,
pumped
Patty.
for
Hey, Paul. Oh my gosh. Welcome, welcome everyone. We're so excited for National Craft Month. And guys, it's going to be great. But thank you all so much for an amazing live today. We've had so much fun.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Any other last minute questions? I don't think so. We are not going to finish adding the hardware on there. You just use the needle nose pliers. Open that up, add it, close it. You're sold. It's good. So guys, thanks so much. I hope you all have a great day. We'll see you back here real soon.
Make sure you pop over to our Instagram
or
and TikTok.
Yes.
Like our stuff.
Thanks,
Bye, guys.
Bye.